Joining me now is YolanDa Brown, a multi-award-winning saxophonist, broadcaster and author who's also chair of the British phonographic industry. YolanDa Brown, how big a moment is this for female artists in your view?
It's a massive moment. It's one that we should revel in, we should celebrate, but also know that there's still a lot of hard work to be done.
Well, I mean, when you look at, there was a lot of controversy, wasn't there, about Glastonbury and other festivals having all-male headliners. Is change afoot, do you think, or is it too early to call that?
I'm going to say it is. I'm going to say it is because actually it's a whole ecosystem. I'm here on behalf of the music labels and the recorded music industry. And we can see from the figures, you know, having 7 out of the top 10 for the year being women is an amazing stat to have. But then that should roll out too, having more women on festival lineups, buying, you know, for the audience, buying more women's music, going to the concerts, and making sure that if that whole ecosystem can celebrate it, it will be a norm.
You say it should roll out. Do you think it really will?
I think it will.
Right.
I think it will.
I mean, you forged a hugely successful career as an independent artist.
Yeah.
Did you overcome a lot of obstacles along the way? Can you tell us about some of them?
Yeah, I guess people that know me say I don't like to look at obstacles. I like to go through them or go around them. I think the interesting thing is to build an audience, and this is what we're seeing with streaming numbers and these women artists getting the representation they deserve. And I think my challenge was always about building that audience. If it wasn't the traditional route of being signed to a label or being in the festival lineups that I wanted to be in, it was going and doing it myself and booking venues in those early days, selling the tickets myself and building an audience organically.
But who held you back? Was it the record labels?
No, I wouldn't say anybody held me back. I was a new artist, and what we have now is social media. I mean, I used to have to physically go out and flyer events and say, come to my event. Now you can speak to your audience straight down the lens, if you like. And I think now artists are able to build that up a lot quicker.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned new artists. I mean, new music was virtually absent from the top 10 best-selling albums. Are the likes of Spotify making us more sort of musically conservative, do you think?
I don't think they are. I think there's the other side to that coin, which is discovering music or classic music or music that's gone before, from films, from series that we're watching. Now we're able to discover music and quickly, as soon as we hear it, we can listen to it, and I think that's the difference. There's amazing new musicians on the scene, new music that's being discovered every day equally, but I think that we're also able to not have to go to the record store just to find that old record. We can listen to it in the palm of our hands as well.
But in a way, in the past, artists were sort of funneled towards you, and now there's this big bucket of, what's on the streamers. Yes. It makes it harder, doesn't it, to discover?
I don't know. If you speak to people on the street now, if you ask them, what do you listen to? Before, they'd tell you one genre. Now they'll say, oh, on my playlist, I've got, classic stuff to rock, to grime, to funk, and it's all there in one listenership. So I think discovery is also a huge part of streaming, and people are being discovered now. And
are new artists helped or hindered by TikTok, do you think?
Speaking as an independent artist, I think helped. I can say that I'm able to go further afield, play concerts in countries around the world because I'm able to communicate with that audience online, and tell them I'm coming to Mexico, I'm coming to America, I'm coming. And before I couldn't do that. So I think there's a lot of help that comes with it.
Well, women are top in the charts, but are they reaping the rewards financially, for example, at the record companies? Because there's still a massive gender pay gap, isn't there?
Well, this is something that, the industry has been working on now for many years, and I'm glad that with these
Not making
results,
that much progress.
Well, bit by bit it's coming, and I think that we're also seeing those roles changing from the exec level through in the industry as well, for more women being in those roles, and you'll see that pay gap then start to decrease. And also for the artists being able to earn money in different ways, not just from the music, but from merchandising and from going further afield, and you're seeing that entrepreneurship come through.
Right, very optimistic. YolanDa Brown, thank you very much for joining us.